if you look closely, you'll see the mother, there's in the reflection of the candlesticks, there's an outline of a person's forehead. Elsa with her braids, her profile. Ruth, the impression of Ruth with braids. And their brother, a profile. So I thought this would be a really unique way of showing the family being together and doing it in a way that it would cause someone to look at the picture, and not only was Elsa reflecting on that memory, but we can reflect with her through the painting.
That night was really special because you looked forward to that evening. And one thing I have to say, my father always would bless us that evening. And believe it or not, when we were deported, when we arrived in Auschwitz, he did the same thing, and we never got to see him anymore. And I think that kept us going, you know. He said, if God wants you to live, he will take care of you because you are young. And that's the last we saw my father.
After we were finished shooting that afternoon, Ilse picked up the baby and held him, and I got this shot and was going to just use it with her holding the baby in her arm. And then the more I thought about generation to generation and how her mother had perished when they were in prison, I just kind of kept putting this idea together until my husband walked in the room and said, I like it just like that. And that's how we came up with that one, but again, not the original idea.
We were stripped of everything. We did not go. We went right away out on the back, on the other door, and then we were tattooed when we got there. And that's how we came to Auschwitz. And we were there for maybe 6 to 8. I don't remember really the days how long we were there. And that's where I was tattooed. And my mother was, I have to look always, I'm first, and then me, and then my sister. We have following numbers. And if you want to see what mine is, it's fading a little bit, but not really.
I'm using strokes of light on dark paint to really show rhythm and emotion. It's a very emotional painting. It's about torture. It's about soldiers who were standing facing these young women, pointing their guns at them, torturing them. There was a ditch below where the girls knew if they were shot, they would fall into that ditch to their death. And Ruth said she was thinking, oh, I've come so far. I've been through several years of concentration camps. I've lost my family. Is this the way I'm going to die?
As we came, it's near Danzig, as we came there was a fence around a few barracks, like 2, 3 barracks, and we didn't even know what would be, what would happen, and they unloaded us, and we had to stand on a mound, and we saw, of course, the dirt was built up high, and we saw the ditch, and here we had to stand in a row, and the SS came with the rifles and stood in front of us, and here I was thinking, I'm sure the others did too, here we come from Auschwitz, went through Auschwitz, through the gas chamber and everything, and now they're killing us. And they aimed the guns at us, and we did say our Shema, which is the Jewish prayer. It comes automatically to your mind, or to my mind, and all of a sudden they started laughing, and it was just a private joke between them, and then that's how we entered Praust, the camp of 800 girls, and that was our work camp. That's the way it was in Auschwitz at all time. Always that frightful thing, when are they going to shoot you, or when are they going to kill you, or whatever, or torture you with. They found all kind of ways to do that anyhow. Every day something else.
One of the most heart-wrenching stories that Ruth told us was about being in camp, and that as a child, you've gone from having so much, so many toys, so many family members, so many things at home, to actually having nothing except a blanket in this one bowl. And very quickly, this one bowl became everything to you, because without it, you couldn't eat.
We held on to it so strongly, because if it was stolen, if you lost it, you would not have any food. They would not give you another bowl. So that was the most prized possession. We didn't take those chances. We held on to it and slept with it, and held on to it even during the night, that nobody would steal it. And if somebody died, somebody would grab it pretty fast.